My guess is that one of the pressure plate bolts pulled torque without compressing all the way, so the pressure plate is distorted, causing the issue. I'll have witness marks to show me exactly what's hitting and where it's hitting, but I have to take it all apart again, which is really frustrating because I don't have time to do this again. I have other things I need to get to, so I'm frustrated. But that's the world we live in. Rich is annoyed. I gotta drop exhaust to get that guy out of there. So let's drop one side. Ever-present gravity. Ever-present. Even when I'm in the way. There goes another one. Get my core workout in today. What'd you do today, Rich? Oh, I wore the threads out on a brand new bell housing. Oh, got it. Ha-ha! Now it's got to come down in the back. And now it's out. Down to my knee. Okay, I got it. I highly recommend using a tranny jack for this, but you have my tranny jack right now, so thanks for helping me catch. Alright, let's play the game of what did Rich screw up. Anything worth doing once is worth doing 2 or 3 times. Let's hit the top. That's awkward. That's it. All 3 of them. It's fully engaged. Well, it's not my mistake. Well, that's an annoying fitment issue. Let's figure out what we need to do to resolve it. Tie up my rack for another day. Terrible. So that makes me curious. So does it hit my old bell housing? Is the question. So it doesn't hit the factory bell housing. So that's really annoying. Like I can stick my hand in between it up here. Ooh, there, it's tight there, but right in this area it gets snug. So I guess the lesson learned is if you're going to do this, roll your engine through after your clutches inside your bell housing before you put your transmission in so that you know that your clutch clears your bell housing, because ours does not. Alright, let me think about that. Can you see it? Ouch. So they have these ribs on the inside, and it's hitting those two right there. So we're going to clearance them. So my flywheel was hitting here, so I notched those out on the Bridgeport. I'll grind those smooth. I went ahead and clearanced over here too, because I initially had an issue there and an issue there. So I should have plenty of clearance for my flywheel ring gear now, and for my McLeod clutch, because it was hitting right there. Fun stuff. Pretty close. My uneven floor. So this casting is too thick, so I'm going to fix that problem. Alright, so I clearanced my bell housing there. I went ahead and took some off here and here since I was having a hard time taking it off with my carbides just loaded up with the aluminum. So went over next door to TrailQuest Jeep Parts. If you need Jeep parts, give them a call, trailquest.com. They have all sorts of bits for your Jeeps, and your CJs and your YJs and whatever the heck they call them these days. But yeah, they let me use their Bridgeport mill, and I made some clearance. So I'm gonna dress these guys up so they're not as steppy, and we'll put it back together one more time. Sounds horrible. Still rings like a bell. Let's see if it fits now that I completely voided the warranty on that Lakewood bell housing. Oh, learned a lesson today. Gravity. I have extras. Still dropping them. Let's rotate this thing over. I think I needed to go higher and take that back out. Fail. I don't know if you can see that up in there or not. But I think I need to clearance up higher into the bell a little bit more. I think that's good. I'm tired. Gotta throw that tranny up in here again. You wanna help me throw a tranny up in here?
Sure.
Stand on your tippy toes.
Hey! LucoreAuto.myshopify.com. We have a t-shirt, we have a pocketed t-shirt, we have a zip-up hoodie, all that have the new design that Gina and her team designed for us for the original Church of Bad Decision founding members. Those are going to be good all the way up until June, and then at that point in time, those shirts and hoodies are going to be gone, and we're going to have just a normal member shirt, not a founding member shirt. So if you want to be a founding member of the Church of Bad Decision,
thank you, sir. Watch your head.
Get yourself some new Lucore swag. And that also is how you avoid doing any real work. If you film a bit and make somebody else do it. Now, back to him doing some more work.
No, it's the same work.
Yes.
Again.
You've seen this.
It's like Groundhog's Day.
Did you just put that thing?
Didn't you just put that back together like 2 hours ago? Yes, I did.
It's heavier now because it has fluid in it. I'm getting tired. Drop one? Must have. Ooh. My shoulders hurt. Found you, little runaway. Oh, I know what I'm pulling in next if this job that never ends finally comes to an end. Got a little blue S10 race truck sitting outside I got to do some work on. That fellow will be happy to get his truck back because it's been here for a week waiting for me to get this one done. Oh, let's try this one more time. Clutch isn't adjusted right though. I gotta put it back in the air. Put another 1/4 inch into the clutch, which should be good. Let's try this one more time. Oh. Fill of grease on that. Ooh, Lord, that one took it out of me. I was not expecting this one to be a 3-parter, but there you go. 3rd time's a charm, I guess, or 5th time's a charm. Something like that. I'm tired, I'm gonna sleep well tonight. -2+ degrees. Gonna drive like a shopping cart. Tow is horrible, -1.5 plus. I'm glad I put this on the line. I'm gonna guess it's never been aligned. So we're gonna have to sling some shims. A lot of them. So I did some baseline shims. I'm gonna set my toe, recomp, start over, see where I'm at. A lot of adjustments, a lot of changes. Usually I end up recomping the car so that I can make sure I'm working with the right measurements. This thing was way out of whack, so it's gonna take a couple comps before it's done correctly. Let's see how bad we are now. Well, we're a lot closer. Drop my caster on the passenger side, but it's a lot closer now. My toe's way off. Actually, it's not. My steering wheel is off. So let's see if we can fix our steering wheel and our toe situation, because that might make my camber's perfect for bias ply. We're running polyglass on this thing. So I need a little more caster in the passenger side. So I'll throw another shim at that. Take a little shim out of the front and add a little bit of shim to the back. My camber should stay the same, but it'll increase my caster, which will take my negative number closer to 0. So I'd like the caster to match. Oh, actually, I think we're pretty good. I'm within 0.2 of a degree side to side. That's more than acceptable. So we're 1/10 cross camber, 2/10 cross caster with a fresh caster sweep. So I can dial my toe in a little bit. This thing should drive like a dream, or at least it'll drive like a 1970 Chevelle with polyglass tires on it. I built a little jumper harness to go from the reverse switch to the reverse harness on the under dash, and then we'll have reverse lights. Then I get to go for a test drive, because it's actually really nice outside, except for the fact that it's like 28 degrees. It'll be a brisk test drive. Reverse lights. Closer. Don't mind me. Nice and smooth. Third, like gravy. Big test is fourth. Your alignment isn't right, these things will make a heck of a racket in fourth gear, because it's a 1-to-1 on the main shaft. I Nice and quiet, no vibrations other than these polyglass tires, which are horrible when they're cold. And that's bias ply light. Oh, she shifts so smooth. It's real crisp going into gear. I like this trans. 600 foot-pounds of torque, 8,000 RPM, 7,500 RPM shift point. Way more than this engine will ever provide. But hey, it's a beautiful day for a test drive. Give me a minute and I will see if I can just do the whole thing with an outro. That's not a bad idea. Well, I'm not always smart enough to do that. Brakes are nice. This car really does drive extremely nice. I do like cars of this era. I am spoiled in that way. A little bit of a drive into them. Let's see if they're warm enough to make the camera shake less. Alright, looks like we've got an opening. First gear. Nice and smooth. Good action in the shifter. I really like the shifter. Oh, yellow light. Bummer, I'm gonna have to row through the gears again. That's a terrible problem to have. This car is very nice. It drives nice. It rides nice. I would still probably put radial tires on it, but that's me. Once this thing's all broken in, I would say this thing's going to be a blast to drive around town. Oh, you're singing my tune. Nice and quiet through all gears. And we have an overdrive to make highway cruising on modern roads very comfortable. This thing's pushing 1,900 RPM at about 55, so it's going to be a really nice drive on the freeway. Probably be about 2,300 RPM, maybe less. I'm happy with it. Had a couple bumps, a couple speed bumps that hit us. The Lakewood bell housing needed some clearancing in a couple spots that I didn't think it was going to need it, but ended up needing it. So other than that setback, it was pretty straightforward. Man, I would drive the heck out of this car. Turn signal. Hopefully this guy won't rear end me. Oh man, this thing steers like butter. I think the owner's going to be real happy with this. Well, that wraps up this session with this 1970 Chevelle TKX swap. Very drivable transmission, very comfortable. I have one more thing left to do, which is get the proper speedometer driven gear, which I just ordered from Modern Driveline. They're out of Idaho, been in business for 25 years, and they specialize in swaps. Pretty cool company. Check out their website. I just ordered a set of speedometer driven gears from them, and an extra one for this, which we calculated should be a 21 with the tire size and the gear ratio for this transmission. So that will be solved as soon as those come in. I'm just going to give the car back to the customer. He can pop in, I can stick it in like 5 minutes and have him on his way with a corrected speedometer. If I was smart, I would have done that calculation when I ordered the original gear, but sometimes I don't think about that stuff. At any rate, beautiful car,
The TKX swap went wonderfully. The TKX is capable of 8,000 RPM, shifts up to 7,500 RPM, and is capable of 600 foot-pounds of torque. So I think it'll do just fine in this car. At any rate, thanks for coming along for the ride. You guys have a safe day out there. We'll see you on the next one. I got more work to do, so I'm gonna get back at it. See you soon.